the intention is to be able to one-stop shop your entire online life.
Some people are way too smart for my simple monkey brain.
See, when you explain it like that, way cooler.
Yeah, well, when you explain it like that, it sounds like one thing, but I couldn't even find the fucking app on my phone for like 10 minutes yesterday.
Twitter is now X.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what does it mean, dude?
Wait, what?
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
Yeah, it's the app changed. Like if you see, if you have Twitter, yeah, it's not Twitter anymore. It's just the X.
No, it's not.
It's just the X.
Yeah.
What I read was Elon's been owning X.com, so he just wanted a reason to use it.
Oh, is that what it is?
I don't know. That's just what I read somewhere.
But like,
I
isn't
know
that
it's more complex than that, but I like that.
But it's one of the most name-recognized brands like on the earth. That's why he spent $65 billion for it. Why are you ditching it immediately?
44 billion.
44 billion?
Yeah, I wonder why. Does it explain why he changed it to X?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so he originally got the URL for X.com for like millions of dollars like multiple years ago. One, he's also infatuated with the character because, you know,
SpaceX.
Asperger guys are infatuated.
Oh,
He also-
you suck it.
And Model X, right? Like Tesla.
Yep. And his kid is named X.
So he loves he loves the shape.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Cool shape.
Yeah. And the whole point, even from the beginning, the speculation was when he had X.com, because everybody's like, what is this? What's this like fucking genius billionaire gonna do with this? Like for years, people are always speculating. And then, you know, information from like trusted sources would eventually leak out about the idea that it was supposed to be a one-stop shop for like all things online. Similar to and akin to WeChat in China. Is everybody familiar with WeChat in China?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fucking everything.
On there, it's a communication chat platform, social posts, purchasing. Like you can. There's WeChat Pay, where literally every fucking store in China, basically, you never have to pull out your wallet. You could just use your phone. You scan WeChat codes, and it's super effective and efficient. So everything works on there. You can basically do everything on WeChat, sending files, blah blah blah. Right. So the intention was to always do that with X or X.com. And then he purchased Twitter and then was basically had this whole meeting with his board and stuff and people to tell them that X is now going to for sure be a thing and Twitter was going to be an accelerant for it. So turning Twitter into X is part of the process to create a one-stop online solution.
Because he already has a user
way
base.
more sense.
Dude, he's gonna. I think this is a good move.
So it's one of the many functions of
Yeah.
X.
Right.
That's gonna be
I
tight.
see.
It's just rebranding now because that's also kind of like Elon's MO, 100% hype for a long time until delivery.
Yeah.
But that's also the thing, he was never about crazy marketing, just like Tesla, right? He doesn't market shit. He has this philosophy that if it's a brilliant and good product, it will market
sell
itself
by itself,
anyway.
yeah.
So right now it's just a branding change, but who knows when the rollout will actually be for when, because even now on what was Twitter, it's not just 140 character tweets anymore. You know, you can do so much shit on there now that like hasn't been done before. You can put hours of video on there.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Tucker Carlson after he left or he got fired from Fox or whatever, his whole show's on Twitter now, or it was X. But
Yeah, it's all on X.
Yeah, so the idea that you can do that, their intentions are to roll out things like paid subscriptions and stuff like that. So like imagine Patreon, but through X. Their whole thing is to be able to have your entire financial portfolio and stuff like that in terms of payment processing and like user interface and POSs for businesses and everything like that. So you can do that. Outside of just the things that you quote unquote used to tweet and or post, like imagine if your regular social posting or photo posting like Instagram or whatever the heck also happened there in the same place that you do those stuff, /chat, /email, /whatever. Like the intention is to be able to one-stop shop your entire online life.
Some people are way too smart for my simple monkey brain.
See, when you explain it like that, way cooler.
Yeah, well, when you explain it like that, it sounds like one thing, but I couldn't even find the fucking app on my phone for like 10 minutes yesterday because they changed the icon over, so it's not blue anymore. It's this black X, and I wasn't even looking for that
they should have made it a blue background.
or something.
I mean, in a couple years we might be like, this is tight.
It almost seems like he
Sure.
wants to
Like
just
that,
completely wipe the memory of Twitter.
I think you have to, right?
Wow.
Because it had such a bad rap
taste.
with him
Yeah.
coming in, and everybody was like, "Oh, he's ruining Twitter. You're firing everybody." I think it's probably smart that he started. Fresh.
It's like he's really just erasing it and taking all of the assets.
now it feels like Elon's. You know, now it feels
That's
like
true.
Why didn't he just make his own then?
Oh shit.
Because no one they wouldn't have talked about it as much as this.
because he's buying the user base, isn't it?
He's buying the user base.
Okay,
That's
okay.
huge.
That makes
And,
sense.
You know, what the crazy thing is now people apparently are also auctioning on eBay old iPhones that have the old Twitter logo that haven't been updated yet for like over $10,000.
That is so.
Who's buying that?
Who the fuck is buying
Nobody. Hopefully, but probably a lot of people.
But probably some people.
Like, I hope they make their money.
Why? Because they can't update the old ones.
They're Flappy Birding, basically.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just want the old logo and stuff because now it's a fucking phenomenal cultural relic.
It's a collectible.
Yeah.
It's like that PlayStation game, that horror game. You guys hear about that one?
Which one?
It's like Silent Hill or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a demo, and you can buy old PlayStations that have that demo on it because PlayStation got rid of it after a while.
I do remember that.
Yeah,
demo.
yeah. It was like, but like you have to spend like thousands of dollars for a fucking PlayStation because this is an old demo.
And then as soon as you buy it and play it, you're like, that wasn't worth it. That's ultimate buyer's remorse.
Exactly.
That's $10,000.
You're like, oh shit, it is a demo.
What do you guys think about a one-stop shop online?
I think that's great.
I think so many people have tried it. Like everywhere tries it, right? I don't know. It's different to execute it. We'll see.
I think with
What's the closest thing we have here in the States for a one-stop shop? Is it Facebook?
Apple.
Maybe Facebook.
Apple, because you got Apple Pay, you have fucking iOS.
What about chatting? I guess iMessage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that one is kind of a one-stop shop without really realizing it, which is interesting.
Do you think the
Yeah.
timing of this and Threads is kind of like coincidental, or you think this?
Well, Threads was a complete fucking ripoff of
They
Twitter.
completely copied it. They even used old Twitter engineers.
Yeah.
But that's what Mark Zuckerberg always does.
Yeah.
That's what's called zucking. He literally is like, sees something, it's like, all right, let's put that on Facebook.
Yeah, because he took Snapchat.
But Threads is in the Clubhouse grave now.
Oh, is it already? Huh?
Oh, dude, I didn't think it was gonna go any.
I saw everybody posting about Threads.
It blipped, and then the user base cranked.
Yeah, big ass spike and then just a
Why do you
drastic
think that is? Is it just
abandonment.
because it's exactly what Twitter is. So if you already have Twitter and there's already a community and like
you're
routine,
Also,
it's like why would you go on two Twitters? I don't know.
And the news of X kind of dwarfed the existence of Threads.
So maybe that's also another randomly brilliant thing.
That is, he timed it well, or maybe he knew that Threads was coming out, so he's like, all right, let me just wait.
Or maybe he's even like, X ain't ready, but because you made Threads, fuck it, I could do this.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Bill Gates zucked Steve Jobs pretty hard when if you remember when Windows came out, they copied Apple OS big time. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, and
But he's also saved him too.
he saved him later.
Yeah, later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because after Steve Jobs got kicked out, and then Apple was like, hey, Steve, you want to come back? Because we're going to lose money in 2 months completely. I'll just take the company. And then he's like, well, fuck, what am I going to do? And he's like, Bill, I'm in trouble. And then Bill's like, I'll give you all the money you need. I'm just your partner now.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's a
That
weird...
was later.
Yeah, that was later, though. But in the beginning, yeah, he did steal...
He stole and
But Bill Gates stole everything.
stole everything. That was one of his biggest things. Like in Silicon Valley, he would
He's no inventor.
just give people whatever some company was working on for free, like the Microsoft Words and the Excels and all that kind of shit. Like he would just take your idea that you were trying to like seed around, raise money with, and then sell, and he just copies it and it's free now in Windows, and then you're fucked.
He's like Shein. You know what's crazy? It almost feels like, at least to me, that like the incorporation of X becoming a one-stop shop is not necessarily a imitation of WeChat as it is a war against WeChat. It feels like he knows that WeChat could take over American audiences because that's already an established model, and China, in a way, is taking over American audiences.
With TikTok.
So he's trying to be the WeChat before WeChat is the WeChat.
And that's kind of what Elon's
tight.
about, like trying to be pro free speech and all that.
Yeah, exactly. And of course he's gonna see the future in a way that normal people like us fucking.
Which, if people were perceptive enough to like even see that perspective, should rally behind the idea.
And everybody really underestimates how much they forget that they hated a change.
Yeah, everyone always hates the change,
I do.
and then they love it, and they forgot that they were one of the haters in the beginning.
Look how many times Instagram has changed, and everyone hated it every time, and then we just forgot.
Even when the icon changes. Remember, like when the icon of Instagram changed from the camera to like just the.
What it is now? What is it?
Plus, it's generational again. There's people that are entering X not knowing Twitter,
Yep.
and they just accept that that's what it is. And everyone who complained kind of doesn't use it anymore, even if.
Just by looking at it, I kind of like it already.
I don't care, honestly. It was just a pain in the ass finding the icon because I was like,
You know, though, when Elon took it over, Twitter became very enjoyable.
I agree.
Yeah, because well, during the whole like lockdown and wokeness and all that stuff, Twitter and all the social media was getting very encouraged by the CIA and FBI to quiet down like certain things, and then like I don't know, I like to see the discourse happening, right? Or like
It was so preachy from one angle.
yeah, and it was just the woke leftist stuff, right? And then I was like, oh, I don't know. I only went on Twitter to like see free porn, but now I'm like, now it's really not fun. And then when he came on, it's like having a troll CEO makes trolling really fun. And then there's all these troll accounts that like are parody accounts, and then they pretend to be certain like
That's
fake
hilarious.
conservative, fake liberal, and I love that, dude.
It got way less serious.
Now it's so funny. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Attitude Era for X.
It's interesting too because as much as some people say, like you'll hear it all the time, people go, nobody fucking uses Twitter. But that's honestly a lie, dude, because if you're running into tweets on Instagram, you're not running into Instagrams on Twitter.
No, it's like screen caps of tweets.
Yeah. You're still seeing tweets and shit off the platform. And I think that's a big deal. The same way we would see TikToks on Instagram is the same thing. It's like people are using it. And maybe you don't if you're saying like no one uses it, but like someone's using it. I'm not.
Sports fans use it a lot.
Hell yeah.
A lot of sports
Yeah.
fans. Crypto space uses it a lot. Stocks, they use it a lot. And on top of that, I mean, people that love OnlyFans.
Also,
Soon, X is going to have an exchange on there too, where you're going to be able to swap cryptos, swap stocks.
Wow.
See, that's next level, bro. That's so crazy.
That's incredible.
That's smart. Because everybody wants their shit on one spot anyway.
So you know how like during pre Elon, there would be like fact checking, right? So like people would post shit and fact checking would come out. When he got on, they started fact checking the White House.
That's the best.
So when the White House was posted,
that was some tough shit.
I was
dude.
like, oh my God, they got a taste of their own medicine.
I'll never forget when Biden got elected and that July 4th, he's like, they tweeted something from the White House account that was like, you know, think July 4th is going to be cheaper than last year by 18 cents or some shit. And like I remember just back then seeing like, does everyone see that this is complete bullshit or what? And then when Community Notes came out, they did a similar tweet like around some kind of holiday, and it immediately got community noted.
Yeah.
And I love that shit.
Right. And it said like, oh, some facts are not in line with whatever the fuck.
Yeah, with the rate of inflation.
It's great to see that.
And they do that on X now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tight. It's called a community note where they do like a
Yeah, they did it during Twitter. So they would be talking about like how, hey, like jobs are back, inflation is down, all this. And then they got community noted like, no, like everything's expensive. What are you talking about?
That's tight.
And it's like, it's not even about left or right.
People are working more jobs
Yeah.
now. Yeah, jobs are back, but they're working more part-time jobs, and people have multiple jobs now more than they did before.
And then they also were like, it doesn't
Yeah.
count if people come back from lockdown to start working. Because it's like, it's not new jobs created.
And they're also uncomfortably hustling. It's not like, oh, I have a nice job and I'm chill. It's like, no, they're not having a good time.
Go talk to people. They're stressed, dude.
I really like in this climate of now that all this shit's coming out, with they're finding the records of Facebook shadow banning conservative pages and shit.
Yeah.
Like at least there's something that's objectively calling out bullshit on both sides.
That's what we all need right now, I think.
We do.
Because it does happen on both sides. It's not one-sided.
You gotta shine a light on
It doesn't happen perfectly on both sides, but it's happening at least.
It happens to my account, because if I see some woke shit, I immediately block that person.